Hello and welcome to an April Fool's match for today. I'm your host, DeltaTDS, and today we've got the item Metronome going up against the TM Metronome today. 6 unique Pokemon, no duplicates on the field. It's gonna be a good time. I'm expecting to see some Metronomes. Maybe one of these Pokemon has a Metronome. I don't know. Wait, would item Metronome work with the move Metronome? I don't know. No. Okay, I'm being told no. Alright. Once these trainers are ready, we're going to see which Metronome is better than the other Metronome. Also, it's double battle. Starting off with the Grimmsnarl and Slowking, and the Wobbuffet and the Gliscor. Grimmsnarl going for Fake Out. What an insane pull. Ice Fang doing 8.9. Thunder Wave paralyzing the Wobbuffet. Gliscor with the Toxic Orb. Thank God I'm not doing the drinking game for this. Grimmsnarl, Sludge Bomb doing 20.9%. Hydro Cannon missing. Court Change failing. And then a Stone Axe doing 7%. By the way, this is a best of 2 out of 3. Claire on the Wobbuffet already paralyzed. Hold Back doing 12%. Smog doing 6%. Lava Plume doing not much to everything. Man, it's quite the intense game. Hex doing 50% to Wobbuffet. Strength Sap healing up the Gliscor. Sky Attack, and then Fire Lash onto the Slowking. Oof. It's not looking good for items team right now. Switching out to the Tornadus. The Pointed Stones are gonna dig into it. Terra Blast not doing much. Sky Attack doing over a quarter. Wobbuffet getting paralyzed. Earthquake not hitting the Gliscor. Nearly taking out the Wobbuffet. Gliscor goes for Amnesia. Slowking goes for Poison Power. Wobbuffet's paralyzed. Switching out to the Lucario, taking 3%. Starting up a Solar Blade for Tornadus. Sparkling Aria is going to hit the items team as Wobbuffet dodges it thanks to telepathy. Ooh boy. Solar Blade's going to take out the Wobbuffet. Gust is doing 8% to Gliscor. Slash doing just over a quarter to Tornadus. This Gliscor with that Toxic Orb is just healing up faster than it can be hurt. TM's gonna send out the camera up. Switching out to the Slowking with Baton Pass. Wing Attack's doing 14%. Camera up, flying into the sky. Going for the Thunderclap. Dragon cheering the Slowking. It's gonna bounce on the Slowking as Slowking goes for a Rock Polish. Interesting. Camera up's Mega Evolving. Gliscor going with the Ice Spinner. Doing a critical hit 20%. Blue Flare doing 28% to Gliscor. Confide's gonna lower the special attack of Slowking. Gliscor is healing up once again. Excuse me. The thing's gonna be moving a bit. Okay, there we go. And Gliscor is back up to full HP with an Amnesia boost. Switching out to the Lucario. Discharge, not hit the camera up. Lucario getting paralyzed. Sheer Cold missing. Insane pull. Dragon Pulse doing 11%. Icicle Spear 10, 11, 10, 12. Oh, only hit 4 times. Smog missing the Glass Score. Howl increasing camera ups and Glass Score's attack. Glass Score charging up, slaking, loafing around, Lucario being paralyzed. Lucario being taken out by Camerup's flying press. This Camerup's like an acrobatic. Mighty Cleave's taking out the Camerupt. Brave Bird nearly takes out the Slaking, though it eats a Figgy Berry. And goes for the recover. Insane pulls from these Pokemon. It's currently 5v4 right now. TM is sending out the Pikachu. Grimmsnarl goes for the burn up but fails. Spark takes out the Grimmsnarl. Water Gun does 6% to Slaking as it loafs around. It's even on both sides. Iron Valiant's coming out, activating the Quark Drive. Apparently Glass Score is all out of Metronomes. Double Kick takes out the Pikachu. Glass Score struggling. Scratch doing 19% to Glass Score. Anaphy, one of the best mythicals, comes out here. Heat Wave doing 9%, doing 44% to Glass Score. Scorching Sands doing 35% to Iron Valiant. Struggle doing 12% as it knocks itself out. Now it's time for Darmanitan to finally show up on the field. Putting up an electric terrain that would have boosted the Iron Valiant. Aqua Tail takes it out. Poison Fang does 17% to Manaphy. Slowking being sent out. Metronome, Fiery Dance doing 5.6. Whirlwind taking the Slowking out for the Tornadus. Switching back out to the Slowking. Razor Shell doing just under a quarter to Slaking. Scary Face gonna lower speed. Hyper Beam doing 36% to Manaphy. Oh no, Slaking must recharge. Whatever shall it do? Slaking's at 23%. Earth Power does 84% to Darmanitan. Vacuum Wave, still not enough to take Slaking out. Powder Snow, still not enough. Slowking gets frozen. Thunder Fang takes out the Darmanitan. It's Manaphy up against 3 Pokemon. Goes for the Healing Wish. I don't think that would have worked. Dragon Darts does take out the Slowking. Or not the Slowking, the Slaking. Yeah, very similar names. Ceaseless Edge misses. Woodhammer does 19%. Manaphy nearly knocks itself out from the recoil and the Rocky Helmet. Tornadus setting up the Trick Room. Mudshot not affecting the Tornadus. Slowking uses Trick Room. Cancels the Trick Room. And Item takes game number 1 of the Metronome off. I am so glad I'm not drinking this game. But we'll be let's go to game number 2 and see what new hijinks these two will be pulling off. That's a new word for me. Hijinks. But we're back. We're ready. And we'll see if Item is truly the superior metronome, or if the TM can pull a game number 3 out from thin air. I'm feeling an explosion this game. Camera up to Mega Evolving. Grimmsnarl going for a Dragon Dance. Darmanitan just whirlwinding the Grimmsnarl immediately. Lucario going for Z Metronome. Gigavolt Havoc not affecting the camera up. Ironhead doing 25% to Lucario. Man, what a first turn. Double Kick is going to take out the Lucario with a critical hit. Absorb doing 5% to Darmanitan. Torch Song nearly taking out the Iron Valiant. Slowking is sits out here. This thing did not want to die last game, and I'm sure it's not going to die this game either. Zap Cannon doing 19%. Not paralyzing the Slowking. Interesting. Unless that's an ability. No? Isn't Zap Cannon 100% to paralyze? No, Sheer Force, that's right. Right, got it. That makes sense. Darmanitan goes for Parting Shot and switches out to the Manaphy. Here comes Iron Valiant flying out of nowhere. Icy Wind slowing down TM's team, except not Manaphy. Iron Valiant's gonna faint. And Slaking is sent out here. It's currently 4v6 right now. Item is currently behind. Sends out the Tornadus. Takes a Fury attack. Ooh, Manaphy is not liking that. Aeroblast doing 18.9 to Camerupt. Camerupt is working itself up. Sending back out the Slowking. Lumina Crash doing 15%, lowering the special defense. Manaphy's shifting gears. Camerupt blows itself up and Manaphy up, suddenly making this an even game. I told you there was an explosion coming. I didn't say which kind. Gotta land on 17 black, let it ride. Sitting out the Slaking, going for Last Resort. Interesting. I thought Last Resort would at least work on this. Huh. It's a 4v3 right now. Sends out the Wobbuffet. As Tornadus comes back out. Gliscor is also shifting gears. Wobbuffet using Foul Play on Tornadus. Slowking's recharging. Boom Burst not hitting the Wobbuffet, doing a decent amount to both of items Pokemon. Powder Snow doing 7% to Tornadus. Chloroblast doing 26% to Wobbuffet, taking itself out in the process. Switching out to the Grimmsnarl, pounding the Grimmsnarl for 21%. Another 21% for Gliscor. Energy Ball does 10% to Slaking. Throat Chop takes out the Wobbuffet. Moonblast does 13% to Slaking. Sorry, there was a fly. Pikachu is coming out here. Twister's doing 27% to Pikachu. Seed Bomb does 40% to Grimmsnarl. Fire Punch with the crit does a quarter of Slaking's health. Pollen Puff nearly takes out the Pikachu. Metronome makes Gliscor water type. Mystical Fire does 13% Grimmsnarl. Pikachu poisons Slaking and Grimmsnarl, taking out the Grimmsnarl. It's 2v2 right now. Bleak Windstorm misses the Tornadus but does 11% to Slaking. Bitterblade does 4.3, takes out the Pikachu. Leech Life does a quarter to Gliscor. Gliscor's got 8 Metronomes left. Sacred Sword nearly takes out the Slaking. Focus Blast does 44% to Gliscor. Slaking is loafing around, nearly fainting from the poison. Gigaton Hammer takes out the Slaking. Bone Rush does 10% to Gliscor. Axe Kick misses the Tornadus, damaging itself. Sparkling Aria hits the Gliscor and takes it out. And Item takes a 2-0 victory in this Metronome off. Thank you guys so much for watching this April Fool's. If you don't know, we've got 2 other April Fool's videos going up as well. So be sure to check those out. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.